Lesson 1-2, Pre-Algebra. Now on Lesson 1-2, it's very similar to Lesson 1-1. We're still writing algebraic expressions, but now we're going to take words, a word sentence, and put it into the numerical sentence. So if we had something like this, 9 less than a number W. All right, so we need to translate this. Well, the first thing you want to look at are the numbers and the letters that we are using. We're using a 9 and we're using a W. So those both need to be included in the number sentence. So how do we write this first? First, it's 9 less than. So it's 9 less of the number. So it's 9 less. And then what's the number? The number in this case is actually a variable. It's W. Now, if you wrote this backwards, if you wrote 9 minus W, you're wrong because this is not showing 9 less, it's showing W less. Okay, so putting them in order, especially with subtraction, is going to be very important. Let's try another one. How about we have 3 increased by the difference by the difference of P and 5. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, first, let's underline everything we need to include. We need to include 3, P, and 5. Now, let's look at our vocabulary. Increased by. Obviously, that's going to mean adding. Difference. That's obviously going to mean that we need to subtract. P and 5 means that these guys are together in some kind of grouping. All right, so let's go ahead and start to build our numerical sentence here. We have 3 increased by, so 3 plus the difference of P and 5. And since we know and is in between these two, we have to include them both together. Difference means we're subtracting P and 5. But right now, I don't show that the P and 5 are necessarily together. But if I put parentheses around them, now I show the and. By adding that parenthesis and grouping them, I'm putting them together and I'm taking care of this word and. Okay, let's try another one. All right, what if we have 88 times the difference of H and 4. All right, so let's talk about what we need to include. We need to include the 88, the H, and 4. Okay, now let's talk about our operations. Times means we're going to multiply something. Difference means we're going to subtract. And we see H and 4 means these guys need to be together in parentheses. All right, so let's go ahead and start building our sentence. We have 88 times. The difference means that H and 4 are obviously being subtracted. All right. Now we can actually drop this multiplication symbol here because I know if I put the 88 up against the H and 4, it means the same thing. So we don't need to write times and a parentheses right next to each other. We can just drop the multiplication symbol. All right, let's try another one. Okay, this will be the last one. Hopefully this will give you enough examples to kind of help you on these types of problems. Here we go. The quotient of a number F and 6. Okay. Now, they didn't give us very much information here, but that's okay. We know quotient means to divide. Number, we can use F. Obviously, we're using F here. Now, this is the first time that we are not going to actually group these two together. And the reason why is because I have nothing else in the sentence. I don't need to group these together because they're the only thing in the sentence. I'm dealing only with F and only with 6. So I need to show that these are being divided. So I can write it as F divided by 6. And with division and the way this sentence is set up, this would be first and that would be second. Another way you can show division, you could show it as a fraction form, putting the F on top. Whatever comes first goes on top. Whatever comes second goes on the bottom. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps you a little bit on those types of problems. Now let's talk about writing a problem out that they give us. So something